Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alicia. Welcome to the family. Today I'm going to be doing the Choose Your Own Adventure fantasy character tag. This was an original tag created by Joanna, so go ahead and leave her video down below. She did do it in collaboration with a few other booktubers. These are all incredible people who are super sweet and supportive, and they have the most original content in the world. I love watching them. Whenever I need something to binge, I just go to their channels and rewatch their videos, so go ahead and check them out. I was tagged by Kate at Love Story. I will also leave her channel down below. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. This is supposed to be primarily a fantasy focused tag. However, I don't think I've read enough fantasy to choose a character for every single one of these questions. I really wanted to choose only one character from one series per question, so I am going to cheat just a little bit in some of the questions and include some sci-fi reads. So the first question is fantasy twin. Name a character you can relate to on a personal level. The character that I have chosen for this specific prompt is Cassiopeia from Gods of Jade and Shadow, and this is by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This is a fantasy book that focuses on a quest, and it has to do with gods walking among us. In it, we follow our main character, Cassiopeia, who is living in 1920s Mexico, and her mother have to stay with their family because her father died, and they are forced to clean and take care of the family and all of the household work without ever really being independent or without being taken into account. And Cassiopeia really wants freedom, and she wants to be able to follow her path, and she wants to be independent, and she's so strong but also so dedicated. The reason that I relate to her a lot is because I also grew up in a Mexican household. I also had this desire to do more and be more and explore the world. The next question on this list is hero. Name a character you aspire to be like. For this one, I had to choose none other than Binti from the Binti series by Nydia Okorafor. Binti is just such a well-rounded person, and she's so patient, and she's so smart and also very empathetic. On top of that, she is super kind and forgiving, and that's just something that I strive to be. In the series itself, someone that was once her enemy becomes her friend, and that friend does something that's very atrocious in her eyes, and she's able to take all of that anger and really channel it into forgiveness to learn differences between her and her friend's culture and to bridge that gap. And I just admire that so much, and I feel like that's something that we all need in our lives, especially now in our day and age. So I really strive to be more like Binti, just more level-headed, more kind, and definitely more forgiving. The next question on this list is champion. Name a character you want to be your champion in a duel. For this question, I had to go with Maggie Hosky. She is from the Six World series by Rebecca Roanhorse, and the reason that I would pick Maggie is because she's a badass. She's a great fighter, but what's most important is that she never gives up. When she is put down, she gets back up. When she's almost being defeated, she gets back up. No one else believes in her, and it seems like all the odds are against her, she gets back up. She's a fighter, and she will never give up. And that's why I would choose her as my champion. I want someone who will fight for me and never give up. The next question on this list is unlikable character. Name a character you love to hate. Why do I feel like this is going to be a controversial pick? I'll go with President Snow from The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, or from The Hunger Games. The reason that I love to hate him is because he's a horrible person. He's terrible. And there's parts of this book where you think he's a good person, and maybe you can try to see from his point of view, and maybe all of the atrocious things he does are justified. But no, he lets you down every single time. He's just a bad human, and he's an evil human. Because of that, I hate him, but I love to hate him. Question number 5 is Tavern Buddy. Name a character you want to have a drink with. For this one, I had a hard time choosing. Initially, I was going to pick Jem from the Infernal Devices or Will, but then I really thought about it, and there's no one else that I would like to have a drink with other than Ciala from Black Sun. This is also by Rebecca Roanhorse, and I just feel like she can hold her liquor. You know, sometimes I just need a girls' night out, and I just need to have really good conversations and then get drunk and be with someone who is going to get on my level but also take care of me. So I just thought Ciala would be the perfect character, and she can tell me a lot about her backstory because that's something that I desperately need in my life right now. I need to know more about her and about her people and about this world, so I think she would be the perfect character. The next question on this list is villain. Name a character you wouldn't want to cross paths with. For this one, I had to go with Ursula Monkton. I believe that's what her name is. And she is the antagonist in The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. I don't have my book right now, so I'll put up a picture here. But the reason I wouldn't want to cross paths with Ursula is because she was such a real negative force. She's not just a villain from a fantasy, like a high epic fantasy made up world. She's a villain that came to the kid's house, infiltrated his home, and turned his family against him. So because I feel like that's the scariest thing in the world, when someone infiltrates your home where you feel safe and starts to turn the people that you care about the most against you. That is terrifying. I would never want to meet her or encounter her or have her near me. The next question is mentor. Name a character you would want to learn from or have as a mentor. For this one, I had to go with none other than Mizaki from The Sword of Kaigen. She's a badass and she knows elemental magic. She's a water bender or ice bender. Can she bend water? You know, I can't remember. But anyways, she can control ice/water, and even in like scrapes or wounds, she has this technique where she's able to like create scabs and stuff, which I thought that was really awesome. On top of that, she's a super skilled fighter. So I would love for her to teach me some of those elemental and fighting moves, but overall the reason that I chose her is because she's someone that really saw the world in a different way. She was someone that was extremely progressive in a time where most of her family was very traditional and very honed in to the past. She was always looking for the future, learning how to strategize, learning how to grow, and how to be bold. And those are some key traits that I would want in a mentor. Next question is, name a character you would trust with your life. And for this one, I just had to go with Vin from Mistborn. Vin was someone that I almost chose as the character to relate on a personal level because she's been through a lot and she was beaten down multiple times, and she thought that the best way to go through life is to hide and to go unnoticed, to not bring any attention to yourself. But throughout the series, we see her becoming more bold. We see her learning how to love others, how to accept the love of others, and just how to be brave and grow up. We also see her be super loyal to those around her, and because of that, she's someone that I would trust with my life. She's someone who wouldn't give up on their friends and would fight for you until the end. So definitely someone that I would want to have as my friend and as someone that I can really rely on. The last question is found family. If you could adopt one character or offer a home, who would it be? It would have to be Dobby from the Harry Potter series. There's just no other way. I love Dobby. I would put him in my pocket, never let him go, take care of him, give him lots of love, and I feel like he would get along really well with my dogs, especially this one. So that was it. Those were all the questions for this tag. I'll go ahead and tag Rima from Rima Reads, Jess from The Bookish Mom, and Male from The Book Pearl, and who else? Bookborn. I'll go ahead and leave all of their channels down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!